hell out of there while your minions do all the work. And it's a little safer, whereas he's going for more of the, I guess, the rundown technique here. Polywog, he's picked up a glowstone, so I can only imagine maybe he's going to be working towards his master staff, I would imagine.
Yeah, yeah, I think so. By the way, the Ghost Marchers, I like that pickup too. The Madman especially, they've all just been playing so aggressively, and that obviously those are an aggressive item.
Yeah, definitely. And Andromeda she's been doing okay here. She does have the Crushing Claws and the Mark of the Novice, so I can only imagine that she's just waiting to go ahead and finish up her own Blood Chalice, which I don't know how many that brings the total to here, but we have, 1, 2, she's going to have one, so that'll be 3. We have one on Pyromancer, there's 4. Madman doesn't have one, though. He does go the traditional bottle route. Oh! And Pyromancer getting caught out back there, unfortunately. I guess he just got caught and had nowhere else to run. Speaking of getting caught out, we have Chew down here on Rampage, was going after that Polywog Priest. Now he's getting barfed on. Not sure if he's going to be able to get out. Yes, it looks like he is. Jeez. I guess Balfagor must not have had 40 charges or more, because that would have given him a nice slow on his ultimate. But Rampage just barely going to be able to duck out of there, running to the safety of his teammates. Unfortunately, Andromeda probably going to be finding out that he does have teammates pretty soon, as she gets silenced and blinked in on. And she's going to possibly even go down at the tower here. Yes, she is. The Plague Rider ultimate coming out to bounce nicely between the remaining 2 Legion members here. I think he did get 1 bounce on a creep, but I think everything else managed to land on heroes. So a very nice series of bounces. RNG, I believe it's considered, is what they call it. Random number generator.
I've got one of those.
Not for hacking passwords or anything, of course. But we've got Madman. He's going to have to get out of... Yeah, he's going to go ahead and run out of here. As Bubbles and Tundra, who has these Striders. I've seen that's a pretty common pickup on Striders. Striders on Tundra, because, he does do a lot of the roaming. He's a good initiator there, runs in with his ultimate. And, after that, you don't really need the Strider speed, because you've got him hopefully standing still, unless they somehow picked up a nullstone or something while you weren't looking. But everyone on the Legion side has a Blood Chalice if she hasn't picked it up yet. No, Andromeda doesn't have it yet, but she is going to be getting it, I'm fairly sure. And Madman doesn't have it. Madman working on, looks like Runed Axe. So that's, I don't know, how do you feel about that pickup on Madman there? I guess that's reasonable.
Well, see, when it gets this late, I always turn that Sustainer into a Nullstone, just because if we're not dominating, at 30 minutes and I'm not farming well, I'm just like, Nullstone seems like it's going to be more useful for me. But
yeah, it'll give you that survivability.
That's Yoda, so I'm not even going to,
Yeah, not going to touch on that. So yeah, I mean, he is the hard carry for their team, so they are relying on him to get a really good solid farm. So maybe they're like, hey, we'll try and hold up our end of the bargain. You just get built, get your Rune Decks, get farmed, and you'll win this for us in the end. So we'll just try and be your crutch until then. But and that's generally the role of any hard carry is hey, you're getting carried in the beginning part of the game, but you're gonna have to pick up your own weight in the end, and probably some additional weight, as you're going to become much more vital in the latter half of the game. And we have a bunch of pings going off down here as Tundra's charging into the woods here, trying to pick up on wherever this Madman seems to be hiding. Madman runs by. He does have the dust on him now, though. Oh, relying a little too heavily on that stalk as he runs right into enemy territory.
Oh, that was a good swap.
Yeah, that was a very nice swap coming off. Unfortunately, Andromeda's going to pay for it, but Plague Rider's going to go down here. Bubbles eating the hell on New Earth as well. Where did Madman go? There he is. I saw he used his mana battery to heal up a bit. Oh, unfortunately, he does eat both of those from Tundra, and he had the charge on him to reveal him coming from Rampage, so nice use of the Rampage charge. Bubbles came back into the fight here. He's going to do a little bit of damage. They're running back into these wards. They got to be careful because they're going to take a ton of damage here. Rampage eating the lightning, eating all of the ward damage. He's going to escape just barely at 100 HP. Quickly healing up, though, as now we've got 2 Legion teammates just dancing desperately around these wards, hoping that they'll save them. And I don't know if it's going to be enough to save them here, as the wards do now vanish. And the Tongue-Tied coming off from Polywog Priest, but he didn't keep it on. I'm not sure why.
Now that the wards are down, Nymphora goes down. Now everyone starts dying that the wards are down.
Yeah. Yeah, they maybe got a little overconfident in their ability once the wards went down there, thinking that, well, okay, the wards are gone, let's go ahead and kill them now since they don't have that defense up. But thankfully, Balfagor, that cooldown on that ultimate isn't a tremendous one. I guess it is right now, but apparently it was that fight lasted long enough that he was able to get his ultimate off a second time.
I didn't even think about that. That's a good point.
Yeah, so he's because I don't know what it finally gets to on its final level, but I didn't believe it was that long of a cooldown. But it had like 105 seconds right after he used it, so he was obviously dancing around for a good long time around those wards, just praying for it to come back up because he popped that right at the beginning of that fight.
Yeah.
So nice double usage on the Balfagor ultimate. I'm glad he had enough mana for it. Of course, that plays some part of that I'm sure was the blood chalice, giving him that mana. Oh, we have a blink coming in from Pyromancer. Nice use of the portal key. Oh, he doesn't get the kill onto... oh, I can't remember his name. But now Pyromancer's going to go down. Andromeda's going to go down as well. Plague Rider, there we go. I couldn't spit it out. But the wards did get thrown down before, Poliwag managed to evacuate the building. And they did a major amount of damage on the defense tower.
Yeah.
I don't know if... did Balfagor get his creeps off? I don't know if he had a belly full of creeps or not, but that would have been nice. I was just seeing a red room there for a little bit as I was struggling to remember what the hell the floating guy on the bone dragon was.
The Lich King.
Yeah, the Lich King. Oh, but yeah, I guess Plague Rider going down in exchange for 2 there. That Pyromancer being kind of ballsy, just jumping blatantly into the Hellborn bases. Now Kongor's going to be getting taken down here. Do they have any wards to alert them of this? Shiver, they do see the Shiver, going through the woods there with that ward from Shao, but I don't think they're going to be able to respond to this Kongor in time, or if they even are going to come in this direction at all.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty secure Kongor kill for them.
Yeah, who do you think they're going to go ahead and have pick this up?
I would give it to that Rampage just because he's crazy, but I don't know.
And it does go to Rampage, good call. Yeah, I was thinking maybe Tundra because he already had a slot open, and he's a good initiator, so maybe they were worried a little bit there. Oh, Bubble's throwing down the ultimate to catch this Andromeda so she can't run off. She does go ahead and swap out, but to her own demise. I guess that did activate the ultimate there for Bubbles, so that was enough to kill her. The ward's coming down from... Oh, and wow, we have... the Hell on Neworth going out, going to do a tremendous amount of damage. As there's plenty of spells to build up charges. Rampage, he unfortunately has already used his token, so he's trying to get out of here. Tundra running around now. He does get the cold shoulder off onto Pyromancer, but to no real effect. Tundra's going to go down now. Pyromancer, finishing him off so Balfagor didn't have to. And Bubbles now going to be a little gutsy here with Rampage. Nope, he's going to go ahead and back out. And very unfortunate. I think that was pretty much what was that? A 4 for 4 or a 3 for 4 on that exchange, or 3? Yeah. Well, because Rampage went down once, so it was kind of a 3 for 4.
Rampage died 3 times that fight. The funny thing is about these fights, though, there's a little joke about the Hell on Neworth skill.
Yeah.
The funny thing is these fights are so crazy and long and drawn out, and they travel across half the map, and it's hilarious because, some of those team fights that happen in like more competitive games, they're not that satisfying because everybody's got their shit together, and so they all just like blow up each person individually or catch them all with all this AoE, and they all just die at once, and it's over in like 5 seconds. These are like epic battles where they just...
Yeah, they just keep trading off. I mean, for example, the Balfagor ultimate got double used in that one major epic fight down here where they were at the wards. That means that fight went on for almost 2 minutes.
Yeah.
For them to have been down there and just been exchanging so constantly. So definitely some really drawn out fights here. I don't know what necessarily to attribute that to, whether it's just, they don't have any huge, massive AoEs besides the Plague Rider ultimate and the, Balfagor ulti, or what it is. But yeah, these fights are definitely going on for a good long time here. And that could be due to some item pickups maybe. Oh, God, my cat just attacked me.
I think Tundra, Rampage, and Balfagor are the reasons because they're all so beefy, and it seems like they're pissing the most people off or something, so they're getting targeted and just, I don't know, some weird thing about all these strength heroes, though.
Yeah, we've got Rampage with almost 2,000, and then Balfagor's got just a little bit more, and he's almost at 2,000 himself. And I guess really, yeah, as far as the Hellborn team goes, Tundra's following him up there with almost 1,600, and Bubbles surprisingly close to that as well, as sitting right at 1,500. The Hellborn taking down the top tower as Nymphora's going to go ahead and port out, but she doesn't bring any teammates with her, unfortunately, as they go all to get their own individual teleport or portal keys. BKB coming out on Rampage, not really sure why he went ahead and busted it there, but he's going to go ahead and take down Polywog Priest, popping his charge and getting a nice grab off as well. And Balfagor, he's got almost 40 charges, but he's not going to have his ultimate up anywhere near in time. And Andromeda's going to get ran down. Who's going to be next? As Madman ducks out. He does have his Runed Axe finished. So, a nice teleport out from Pyromancer. And wow, the wards being left to their own devices, I believe with the Balfagor critters, managed to take down the Raxes there. So, very good on the Legion team. Using that really powerful pushing combination from Balfagor and Polywog.
Yeah, I saw at the very beginning of that fight when he put those wards down, really before the fight even started, and they were focusing the racks because there were no creeps up, and they had the melee racks down halfway. Then the creep spawned, and other heroes came, and I just thought if he focused them on that racks, they'd be gone. But then by the end of the fight, they were gone anyway. So.
Yeah, thankfully they got a little distracted and bloodlusted there as they continued to chase down the Legion members. But I mean, the Legion definitely paid for it. They lost, but they pretty much had almost a genocide other than Madman and Pyromancer. Well, I guess Pyromancer did TP out there. So, yeah, they lost 3 members for that tower, and I guess they weren't the 3 most important members, so I don't know. I would consider probably worth it. What did you think?
Worth it to get those racks?
Yeah, to trade three teammates for those Raxes.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, I guess just so long as there's no huge, instant pushback to where they lose their own. But
right.
They do still have the 3 exterior towers up. And, oh, man, when did this top second tier tower go down? I didn't even see that. So, or I just don't, I'm having a brain lapse and I don't remember it. But all of the towers gone here for the Hellborn, so they're going to have to be very careful as they got to watch for that, the strong push coming from that Balfagor and Polywog, because basically all they have to do is, get a Balfagor belly full of creeps and the wards up for Polywog, and they just run into the base and throw it down and get the hell out, and you're going to see quite a bit of damage getting taken on whatever they focus fire.
Hella Neworth a couple of times, and...
Yeah, and just pack up their bags and leave, load up the Hellborn heads and
yeah.
Go back to the trophy wall. But it looks like they are going to go ahead and see about Madman, getting his farm on. He's going to get scattered out by Shiver, so I don't think there are going to be any repercussions for that, as, the Hellborn is all up in their own woods doing their own little bit of farm. But Madman, how good of a farm is he getting here? Let's look at his stuff. He's still at around 300 gold per minute. He's getting, beaten by Polywog Priest, who's been getting, the tower kills and the barracks kills and stuff with those wards, so that's pretty reasonable to understand why he's being beat out there. And, Balfagor, probably similar, if not same reason as to why Balfagor is staying near that 300 gold per minute mark. But we have leading the way is Busca on Bubbles with 417 gold per minute. A very nice, reasonable amount of gold there for him. He does have his Sheepstick finished, and wow, he's even managed to pick up Harkon's blade. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I didn't see that last fight. I've seen the Sheepstick come out a couple of times, but yeah, he's going to be slapping some people around now.
Yeah, as if he weren't before. I mean, he is.
Yeah.
He is 11-1 so far with 14 assists even. So he's been a very powerful presence in this game so far. And the minions running up here to do a little bit of counter warding. Oh man, they took down all of the wards before the Hellborn could there. So that was nice.
Yeah. Little ward exchange.
Yeah. But okay, I need to probably touch on item pickups, as we have the Astrolabe being picked up by Nymphora. She has the trinket, so she's going to finish out her shaman's headdress. I'm going to go ahead and pick on a hero to follow here so I don't miss out on any action. Just press my follow key. Oh, do we have a charge going out? Yes, we do. We have a charge coming out from Rampage as Nymphoria ports the rest of her teammates up here. They've got vision on Pyromancer. All they got to do is get to him. Oh, and the